Welcome to our deep dive into Joyce and Diana. We've got a ton of stuff to get through today. Articles, their website, even product pages. It's a lot.
Definitely.
To unpack about this Filipino brand that's really making waves, you're probably wondering, like, what makes them so special in a market that's already kind of saturated with home essentials, right?
It's a good question.
I mean, like, everyone's selling bed sheets and towels these days.
Yeah, it's a really crowded market, but Joyce and Diana's story is pretty unique.
Yeah, so get this. They've only been around for a few years, like since 2021.
Wow.
But they've already become a bestseller on platforms like Lazada and Shopee.
Yeah.
And they even won Lazada's Best in Home Essentials Award in 2023. That's got to be pretty impressive, right?
Oh, yeah, it is remarkable, especially considering they launched right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic
Oh, yeah, that's true.
when everybody was stuck at home and
Yeah.
online shopping was booming. But the interesting thing is they didn't just ride that wave.
Mm-hmm.
They really positioned themselves as a premium brand offering high-quality essentials.
So it's kind of like they tapped into that whole nesting instinct that people had during lockdown.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they did it with an emphasis on quality, which I think is smart.
Yeah, definitely.
And their founder, Andrew Fung, he named the company after his sisters.
That's sweet.
I wonder what family dinners are like. But let's talk about that quality aspect. You mentioned premium.
Right.
What makes them so different? I mean, it's not like they're the only ones selling bed sheets and towels.
Right. You're right. But they do a few things differently. For one, they leverage their experience supplying five-star hotels.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, think about it. Those hotels are known for their luxurious linens and towels. So they've taken that expertise
Mm-hmm.
and applied it to their products for everyday consumers.
It's a way of saying, hey, you deserve that same level of comfort at home.
Exactly. It's bringing that luxury experience to a wider audience.
That's smart. It creates an association with luxury and quality right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure.
And they back that up with a pretty extensive product line. I mean, we're talking bed sheets, curtains, mattresses, towels, pillows, like the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they've got it all.
But what struck me is the sheer variety within each category. Like, take their bed sheets, for example. They have 6 different collections.
Wow.
Why so many choices? I mean, is it just about giving people options, or is there a deeper strategy there?
I think it's definitely strategic. They're catering to different needs and preferences when it comes to bedding.
Makes sense?
So some people prioritize thread count. Others want specific materials like cotton or Tencel.
Oh, yeah, like those Tencel sheets are so soft.
Right, and some people are looking for benefits like hypoallergenic or breathability.
They're targeting different segments of the market.
Exactly. They're saying no matter what you're looking for in bedding, we have something for you.
It's almost like they've done their homework on, like, what makes people tick when it comes to their home essentials.
Yeah, they've definitely done their research.
And speaking of specific needs, their mattresses seem to be a big hit with all those fancy features. Like motion isolation technology and Eurotop comfort layers. Break those down for me. Like, what do those even mean?
The motion isolation technology is designed to minimize the feeling of movement when someone else gets in or out of bed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you're a light sleeper sharing a bed with a restless partner, this feature can be a game changer.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah, and those Eurotop comfort layers are basically an extra layer of cushioning added to the top of the mattress, creating a plush, luxurious feel.
Oh, okay. So it's all about that added comfort and support.
Exactly.
It's not just about throwing out fancy terms. These features actually address common sleep-related issues.
They're solving real problems.
Smart. And it seems to be working because I saw that their pillows are a bestseller, like 20,000 units a month. That's a lot of pillows.
Yeah, that's a ton. What's the secret sauce there?
Right.
We don't have the specific data on their pillow sales strategy, but it's probably a combination of factors.
Like what?
Well, their overall brand reputation for quality likely plays a role. People trust their bed sheets and mattresses.
Yeah.
So they're more likely to try their pillows as well.
It's like that halo effect. Their positive reputation in one area spills over into other product lines.
Precisely.
Makes sense. But they don't just import everything, do they? I was reading about their factory in Laguna.
Yeah, you're right. They emphasize local manufacturing. So they use high-quality raw materials sourced globally, but the actual production happens in their own factory.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah.
they're not just about profits. They're actually investing in the local economy.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
They have greater control over the quality, and they create jobs in the Philippines.
And this craftsmanship they talk about, it's more than just a marketing buzzword, right?
Absolutely.
What does it actually look like in practice?
Well, they're very transparent about their production process. They emphasize that skilled artisans handcraft each product ensuring attention to detail and quality control. And they go beyond that, emphasizing a healthy and secure work environment for their employees.
Okay, so they're walking the walk when it comes to ethical practices, which is a big plus in today's world.
For sure, consumers are more conscious than ever about where their products come from and how they're made.
But let's face it, even the best products need good marketing. What are they doing to stand out visually and connect with their target audience?
Their branding is very consistent and visually appealing. Their blue and white logo is simple but memorable, and their product photography is top-notch.
I've seen their stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, they create these lifestyle shots that make you want to dive right into their bedding or wrap yourself in their towels.
It's like they're selling a feeling and experience rather than just a product.
Exactly.
And their tagline, essentials that make you feel at home, it perfectly captures that sentiment.
It's simple, relatable, and evokes that sense of comfort and belonging.
It's interesting how they've managed to tap into that emotional need for comfort and stability, especially given that they launched during a time of, global upheaval.
Yeah, it's really clever.
But even with their early success, I imagine they've faced some challenges along the way, right? I mean, the world didn't just stay in lockdown forever.
You're right. As COVID-19 restrictions eased and people started venturing out again, Joyce and Diana, like many online businesses, saw a dip in sales.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's a common trend. That initial pandemic-driven surge in online shopping wasn't sustainable.
So how did they handle that shift?
Well, they adapted, which is a key hallmark of successful businesses.
Oh, okay. So what did they do?
They realized they needed to be more proactive and creative with their marketing.
Okay.
So they started collaborating with key opinion leaders, or influencers as they're commonly known, to reach a wider audience. And they also launched their own website, giving them more control over their brand and customer experience.
That's a smart move. It shows they weren't afraid to evolve and try new things.
Definitely.
So they've got the quality, the branding, the marketing savvy, but where do they go from here? What are their plans for the future?
Well, they have some ambitious goals.
Yeah.
They want to become the biggest home and living brand in Asia.
Wow, not just the Philippines, all of Asia.
All of Asia. That's a pretty bold statement.
It is bold, but considering their track record so far, I wouldn't underestimate them. What are some of the concrete steps they're taking to achieve this goal?
Well, they're planning to move beyond e-commerce, venturing into physical pop-up stores to create a more tangible brand experience.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they're also expanding their product portfolio beyond bedding and towels, adding things like mattresses, candles, and even body wash.
So it's like they're building a whole lifestyle brand around that concept of home.
Exactly.
But they're not stopping there. I read something about international expansion plans.
You're right. They're initially targeting Southeast Asia, which makes sense geographically and culturally, but their ambitions extend beyond that. They eventually want to go global.
Wow. From a pandemic startup to global domination, that's quite the journey. We've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about their origins, their focus on quality and craftsmanship, their marketing strategies, and even their ambitious plans for the future. But what really stands out to me is their commitment to ethical practices and local production. It's not just about making profits, it's about building a brand that people can feel good about supporting.
I agree. Their dedication to customer satisfaction is also evident in everything they do. They're not just selling products, they're building relationships with their customers.
So what's next for this Filipino brand? Are they just going to keep riding this wave of success, or are there bigger challenges on the horizon? Let's take a quick pause here and come back to uncover even more about Joyce and Diana in part 2 of this deep dive. Okay, we're back, and we're digging deeper into Joyce and Diana. We talked about their quality, their branding, and their impressive growth, but what about the whole sustainability thing? They talk a lot about responsible sourcing and local production, but, does it actually make a difference?
Yeah, it's a good question. A lot of companies talk the talk, but don't actually walk the walk these days, right?
Exactly.
But for Joyce and Diana, sustainability isn't just a marketing tactic. It's really baked into their entire business model. Like, remember those Tencel bedsheet collections we talked about earlier? Tencel is made from eucalyptus tree fibers, which are a renewable resource.
Right. Yeah, it's so soft.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more sustainable compared to conventional cotton.
So they're consciously choosing materials that are better for the environment, but it goes beyond just the materials, right? They've also mentioned creating a healthy and secure work environment for their employees.
Absolutely. Sustainability is about more than just the environment. It's also about social responsibility.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So by providing fair wages, safe working conditions, and opportunities for growth, Joyce and Diana is investing in their employees' well-being, which ultimately contributes to a more sustainable business.
Yeah, it's like a holistic approach. It benefits everyone. That's great to hear. It shows they're thinking about the bigger picture. But let's switch gears a bit and talk about their online presence. I mean, they've mentioned having a huge following on platforms like Shopee and Lazada, which makes sense since they started online. But have they been able to translate that online success into a broader brand presence?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Their online success has been a springboard
Yeah.
for them. They launched at a time when online shopping was booming,
Yeah.
and they were able to capitalize on that trend.
Yeah, they were really smart about it.
Yeah, they've built a strong online community through engaging content and, visually appealing product photography and those strategic collaborations with influencers.
Yeah, for sure.
And all that online buzz has translated into offline recognition, too.
Yeah, like I remember seeing some articles about them in Business World and Rappler.
Right.
Those are pretty prominent publications in the Philippines.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I bet that kind of exposure really helped boost their credibility.
Definitely being featured in reputable publications lends legitimacy to a brand.
Makes sense.
It tells consumers that they're not just another flash-in-the-pan online store. They're a serious player in the market. And they've also been featured in lifestyle publications like L'Officiel and ABS-CBN.
Oh, wow.
Which has helped solidify their image as a stylish and, trend-setting brand.
So they're hitting all the right notes, both in terms of business credibility and lifestyle appeal. It seems like they have a good handle on building their brand image.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
But they're not just staying online, right? We talked about their plans for physical pop-up stores.
Right.
Why do you think they're making that move? Is it really necessary in today's digital world?
Well, it's an interesting strategy. While e-commerce offers convenience and reach, there's still something to be said for that tangible experience of interacting with a brand in a physical space.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So pop-up stores allow Joyce and Diana to create a more immersive brand experience. Letting customers touch and feel the products, interact with the brand story, and even provide direct feedback.
Yeah, it's a way of deepening that customer connection.
Yeah.
So it's not about abandoning their online presence. It's about complementing it with a real-world experience.
Right. It's bridging that gap between the digital and the physical.
Makes sense. But they're also expanding their product line, right? We talked about mattresses, candles, body wash. It seems like a big leap from bedding and towels. What's driving this expansion?
Well, it's a smart move from a business perspective.
How so?
By diversifying their product offerings, they're broadening their customer base and tapping into new market segments.
Okay.
People who already trust Joyce and Diana for their bed sheets might be more inclined to try their candles or body wash,
It's about leveraging that brand loyalty they've already built.
Exactly.
And it makes them less reliant on just one or two product categories.
Right, exactly. Which can be risky in a fluctuating market.
But their expansion goes beyond just products, right? Didn't they mention something about international ambitions?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Their initial focus is on Southeast Asia, which is a natural progression given their location and the region's growing consumer market. But their long-term goal is global expansion. They want to be a household name, not just in the Philippines, but around the world.
That's ambitious, but, as we've been diving deeper into Joyce and Diana, I can't help but wonder, what's the bigger picture here? What does their success tell us about the current consumer landscape? What can other brands learn from their story?
Well, their rapid growth points to some important trends. First, there's a growing demand for high-quality, ethically produced goods.
Right. Consumers are becoming more discerning.
Exactly. And they're willing to invest in brands that align with their values.
It's no longer just about the product itself. It's about the story behind the product, the values the brand represents, the impact they have on the world.
Absolutely. Second, online presence is crucial.
Yeah.
Joyce and Diana's success is largely due to their savvy e-commerce strategy and, the strong online branding. They've mastered the art of storytelling through visuals and engaging content, and they've built a loyal online community.
They've shown that a strong online presence can be a springboard for wider brand recognition.
Definitely.
But it's not just about being online. It's about using those online platforms strategically to build a brand that resonates with people.
Right. And third, consumers are looking for brands that offer more than just products.
Yeah.
They're looking for experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
Joyce and Diana understands this. They've created a brand that evokes a feeling of comfort, belonging, and home.
Right.
And they're constantly finding new ways to connect with their customers, both online and offline.
So it's a combination of factors: quality products, ethical practices, strong online presence, and a focus on creating meaningful customer experiences. It seems like a winning formula.
It really does.
But we're not done yet. There's still more to uncover about Joyce and Diana's journey. Let's take another quick break and come back to explore some of the finer details of their brand strategy in part 3 of this deep delve. All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Joyce and Diana. And, as we've been talking, I keep thinking about their product names. Like, they're not just functional, they actually evoke a certain feeling or aspiration. Like their comfy rest cloud mattress, doesn't that just make you want to, like, sink into a bed of clouds?
You're right. Their product naming strategy is very deliberate. It taps into those emotional desires for comfort, luxury well-being.
Right, and it's not just the mattress names. Think about their Pearl and Grand collections.
Oh, yeah.
Those names imply a sense of sophistication and elegance, which aligns perfectly with their brand image.
It's subtle but effective.
Right, and they back it up with all those details about materials and features. Like, I remember reading about their mattresses using Korean high-density foam and 5-zone motion isolation technology. It sounds impressive, but does the average consumer really understand what that means, or is it more about creating a perception of quality and innovation?
It's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Consumers might not understand the technical specifics, but those details create a sense of trust and credibility.
Okay.
It suggests that Joyce and Diana has put a lot of thought and care into their products,
Yeah.
using the best materials and the latest technology.
So it's like a combination of smart marketing and genuine quality. They're not just throwing around buzzwords, they're actually backing it up with substance.
Exactly.
But let's get back to their ambitious goal of becoming the biggest home and living brand in Asia. Do you think they actually have what it takes to achieve that? What are some of the hurdles they might face along the way?
Well, it's a challenging goal. The Asian market is vast and diverse, with different cultural nuances, consumer preferences, and competitive landscapes.
It's true.
They'll need to adapt their strategies to each specific market they enter. But they've already shown an impressive ability to adapt and innovate. They successfully navigated the challenges of a pandemic launch, a shifting consumer landscape, and even a move into new product categories.
That's true.
And their commitment to quality ethical practices and customer satisfaction gives them a strong foundation for growth.
Plus, they've got that strong online presence, which is so crucial in today's world. They've really mastered the art of connecting with consumers online, building a loyal following, and creating a brand that people genuinely love.
Absolutely. And their expansion into physical pop-up stores shows that they're not afraid to experiment and try new things to reach their target audience. They're constantly evolving and finding new ways to connect with their customers.
So what's the future hold for Joyce and Diana? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing's certain. They're a brand to watch. They've come a long way in a short amount of time, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
I agree. They're a great example of how a brand can succeed by focusing on quality ethics, customer experience, and a deep understanding of the market. They've really set a high bar for other brands in the home and living space.
Well, there you have it. We've explored the origins, the products, the values, the challenges, and the future plans of Joyce and Diana. You're now officially in the know about this rising star in the home essentials market. But as with any deep dive, this is just the beginning. There's always more to discover, more to learn, and more to ponder.
Exactly. So here's a final thought for you to chew on. Joyce and Diana's mission is to create products that make people feel at home. But in a world where the lines between work and life are increasingly blurred, where technology keeps us constantly connected, and where global trends influence our local experiences, what does home even mean anymore?
That's a great point to leave our listeners with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Joyce and Diana. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those thought-provoking questions coming.